Hi, welcome to BoCo Preps TV. I'm Joshua Lindenstein. This is Pat Rooney. Pat, we just got done kind of putting to bed a winter sports season here. Had a lot of cool accomplishments. State title at Legacy for girls basketball, 3 individual crowns at Broomfield for wrestling. Plenty more cool performances throughout the season from local athletes. But we're here today to talk spring sports, Pat. Spring sports always get off to kind of a choppy start here with spring break going on and some of the overlap with the winter sports season, but we're about to get into the heart of the spring sports season now. Pat, what are 3 things that you're really looking forward to watching play out here in the spring?
Well, a few things that have caught the eye early. One thing, the big story out of Longmont High School, one of the big stories out of Longmont High School so far has to be the play of the Trojans baseball team. Off to a great start after a disappointing season last year. Coach Tom Phobes has the Trojans playing really well, especially at the plate. Mashing opponents, Drew McGee and Josh Christ are really leading the way at the plate. Riley Mile, 2 wins on the mound so far. Hasn't given up an earned run in 7 innings so far. And so far, Longmont looking strong, both at the plate and on the mound in baseball. I know in lacrosse, one team that kind of comes to mind would be Monarch Boys Club. Rough start a little bit. Dropped 2 early decisions to a couple of tough opponents, but rebounded with a couple wins before heading off to a trip in California. Coyote standout Nate Poldy is picking up exactly where he left off last year. Already has tallied 19 goals and 7 assists. So will be interesting to watch how he continues that scoring pace as the season kind of really heats up here in the coming weeks.
The Coyotes are a team, too, Pat, sorry to interrupt, but Coyotes are a team, you mentioned their tough schedule early on. Cherry Creek, Rock Canyon, just got done playing a team in California, one of the top programs in California, and so they're really trying to step up and prepare themselves for a postseason run.
Exactly. Didn't get the results the Coyotes surely wanted, but no doubt taking on those opponents early on are going to probably pay big benefits for Monarch as we get into the meat of the schedule here. Finally, one other thing that has kind of caught my eye, soccer-wise, 2 schools that have really turned heads so far would be Silver Creek and Legacy, both off to undefeated starts. Silver Creek at 3-0-3. The Raptors went 6-9-1 last year, and so far have really kind of turned some heads. 3 ties have been against 3 of the top teams in Class 4A. Includes a draw against defending state champion Valor Christian. Nobody enjoys a tie, but certainly nothing to scoff at with those 3 results. And then Legacy, 4-1. You know, they lost their top scorer from last year. But they've been getting it done with defense. Haven't allowed a goal yet so far, and that stretch also includes an impressive 1-0 win against Broomfield. So Silver Creek, Legacy will be interesting to see how those teams can continue the good starts they've put together this season.
2 things that kind of stand out in my mind, Pat, going forward here. Fairview tennis team, I think it's going to be real interesting to see if they can unseat juggernaut Cherry Creek for the state title this year. Fairview has 3 girls, all 3 of their singles players, the Lee sisters and Katie Kuzman, have all won state titles in the past. That team has a ton returning. They barely lost to Cherry Creek at state last year, and so I think it'll be real interesting to see how that plays out. Another one, going back to Longmont High School, Stephen Wacker going 15 feet 7 inches in the pole vault early this season already. He's going to be vying for the Class 4A state meet record when he gets down there, which I believe is around 15.8, 15.8 Probably have a tough time catching Pat Manson, who went over 17 feet back in the 1980s. But it should be real fun to see how high he can go this season with the start that he's off to. Lastly, Pat, we've got kind of a neat ceremony going on down at the Colorado House of Representatives on Friday. They're going to be reading a resolution recognizing the 40th anniversary of Title IX and celebrating women's sports, and especially here with having the women's NCAA Final Four basketball tournament in Denver this weekend. Pat, who's your favorite female athlete that you have covered in your time as a sports writer?
I think the one that springs to mind immediately is, a young lady who is right now making waves in Colorado would be Missy Franklin from Regis Jesuit High School down in, southeast of Denver. So much has been written about her, potential Olympian this summer, world record holder in the backstroke, and in my dealings with her and some of my previous jobs and some of the things I do outside of BoCo Preps, just a wonderful young lady. Everything has been written about her as far as being kind of this down-to-earth girl, and just very, very nice and very charming, and everything's true. It's been a real joy to kind of follow her career, and it'll be fun to see what she's be able to do this upcoming summer.
Yeah, it should be fun. I would say, one that comes to mind for me, Jenny Behringer from Colorado, national champion distance runner, and now competing on a world level. Same thing. Very down-to-earth person, good person away from athletics, and a good person competing out there and representing the University of Colorado. And surely countless athletes that I've covered locally as well, but Jenny's one that really stands out in my mind. So thanks for joining us this week, and we'll be back again next week with more prep sports talk.